Hey, what is up, everyone? I'm sure at this point in time you already know about this and you have probably already seen most of these pictures, but if not, then we could go over them together. I'm recording in a little bit of a different format so that I can go ahead and look at this stuff, kind of give my thoughts as I'm going through it, and kind of give you all a little bit of a preview if you don't know about any of this yet. Now, I will be linking all of these in the description below so you guys can check it out for yourself. But let's go ahead and look at some of the Beast Morpher toys that are going to be coming out. Now, these were announced at Toy Fair 2019, and all these articles I'll be looking over here are from comicbook.com, and I believe one of them is from Screen Rant. So we'll go ahead and just go through these here, and like I said, I'll give a little bit of my thoughts as we have here. As you can see on the screen here, we have the Beast Morphers electronic saber. Pretty cool, looks nice. Price point is about what I would expect it to be. Doesn't set the world on fire, at least in my opinion, but cool to see so far. Now this is something that I think is actually pretty interesting, right? The Beast Morphers Cheetah Beast Blaster. Now the reason why I think this is cool, because Hasbro is doing something here that I think is very smart and original, and that is they seem to be incorporating a little bit of the Nerf aspect here to this particular item, as you can see here with the darts that it shoots out. So that's good. That's a very smart idea, and the price point I think is fair, $20 for how big it seemed to scale. We have the next thing we have here is the Beast Morphers electronic cheetah claw. Looks all right. Looks like it could be pretty solid. I believe I did see somebody upload some pictures with this, and it's pretty big from what it looks like, if it's to be believed from the pictures that have been taken of it. It looks like it's a pretty big item, and again, I think a reasonable price point for it, as we see here at $19.99. So it looks like a lot of these prices I don't think have changed too much from what Bandai was charging. At least maybe a couple of them have. It seems like some of them are lower, because I think most price points for things like this for Bandai were about $29.99. So we have a couple things that are $29, and in this picture we can see kind of how this scales. So of course it is in a child's hands though, so probably going to be significantly smaller in an adult's hand, but looks like it's going to be sizable. It's going to be a sizable weapon there. Let's see what else we have here. Beast Morphers Cheetah Blade looks all right. Price point $12.99, not bad. That's the lowest one I've seen yet for an item, and looking at the size of it, I think that's a fair price for what it is. Obviously, again, this is in a child's hand, so it's gonna scale a lot. It's gonna be a lot smaller in an adult's hand, but I think that's fair. That's fine. Red Ranger mask, of course, they always put these out for every season. $10, of course. Yeah, I wouldn't expect those to be much, as it were, and of course, it's gonna fit over a child's face. And we have that. The Blue Ranger mask, same price, but decent so far. Let's go to the next one. Now what we see here, this is the Beast X Morpher. Hold on, I had scrolled through this before. Let me go back up to the top so we can look at this. Now these are the figures, and the figures I think look really nice. We have the Beast Morphers Red Ranger 6-inch figure. Looks very detailed, very cool. I mean, look at that. Even on his wrist, I mean, you see the Morpher, and it's pretty detailed. This is pretty cool. I think that Hasbro is off to a good start, and the fact that Hasbro is already kind of being innovative, like I said, with the things that they're with the things that they're getting here, like incorporating things from their Nerf line into it, already kind of lends itself to what I have been saying about Hasbro acquiring the Power Rangers license, and that was that they have the opportunity to do things that Saban brands did not do. Now, of course, or the Bandai didn't do in this case. So that's pretty cool. And look at this. Look at the weapons it comes with. I like the other thing that I really like about this that I'm seeing so far, and of course it could be completely different once these figures actually come out. But look, I'll turn your attention to his hands here and the weapons in his hands. The fact that they're the same color that they're going to be in the show, and of course as the same color as the toys. Now usually, as we've seen with Bandai toys, a lot of times they'll just be a solid color. I mean, there's been some figures that have come out with some detail on the weapons, but I think this is a smart move on Hasbro's part by really adding detail to the weapons here and making them specific colors so they at least somewhat match what you're seeing in the show, and as well as the other toys that can be bought separately. So the figures are looking pretty good. I like this too. If you look at her skirt here on the figure, on the Yellow Ranger's figure, there is actually creases in it. And the same thing up here. If we look up here with the Red Ranger, there's you know, a little bit of creasing down by where the boot is. So that's cool because it's accurate to the show uniform, and the fact that obviously it's material. I like that. It's not just one solid plastic look. So I'm impressed so far with Hasbro. Like, this is something, of course, that could change. This, you know, the look of these figures could be subject to change by the time that they are out in, you know, mass market. By the time they're mass produced and all that, they might not actually look like this. But if they do, then wow. I mean, hats off to Hasbro if they do this. I mean, look at the boots. Look at the bottom of the boots here in the detail. You know, this is not something that you normally see in Power Rangers toys. So that's pretty cool. But like I said, this could change. This could change. So maybe we shouldn't get our hopes up too much. We have Beast Morphers, Cybervillain, Blaze. You know, that's looking pretty cool. Everything so far that I'm seeing is looking pretty good. And then obviously here we have the Beast Morphers, Beast X Morpher. And look at that. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Looking forward to seeing how all this turns out once it's actually available. And of course, that's standard price point, I think, $29.99 for a Morpher. So Bandai, even, you know, that's how much they would price them at. So that's standard fare, as we see. And we go down here, we can kind of see where it scales. Of course, it's gonna fit the wrist of a small child, but you know what? It looks pretty huge on this child's wrist. Look at this; it's taking up half his arm. So there is a possibility that this could. I'm not gonna go as far as to say that this is gonna scale as big as, say, the Go Busters morphing brace, but it might get very close to that. If you know, if we're just looking at this picture, I mean, it'll probably still be slightly smaller than the morphing brace, I would think, but it looks like Hasbro is trying here. It looks like they're trying to be a little bit more accurate, I guess you say, to the toys that have come out in Japan. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. Now we're on to the next thing here, and this is the Beast Morphers Beast X Ultrazord. Looking decent. I wouldn't go as far as to say great, but you know, loving the color detail, stuff like that. This is one that, of course, we'll have to wait and see when it comes out. But look, these, you know, they've been in the business of making Transformers. Well, I should say that not just them. They've done it with Takara, but because of the fact that they have worked closely with Takara, I mean, I would expect that some of that's got to rub off, and I would think that some of these are going to be pretty good. We'll see. Price point $34.99, about what I would expect from Hasbro. This looks all right. You know, the Play School Heroes Power Morphin Megazord playset looks okay. Wow, $59.99. So these are some other things: Play School Heroes, Power Morphin Megazord, Red Ranger, and then we have this. I believe that's the Megazord from Wild Force, if I'm not mistaken. But Play School Heroes, Power Morphin, Megazord combined. I mean, these look okay. Even the Play School stuff. I mean, it's looking alright. Oh wait, was this just Play School? Hold on, wait a second. I thought this was. Oh no, yeah, I guess this is all Play School. So, well, I'm not sure about this first one. Is this first one Play School? It doesn't say. Let me see. Hold on. Let me just read over roleplay. Okay, no, this is from Hasbro. The rest are the ones that say the Play School arcade. Because I was about to say, I was just like, that looks a little bit too detailed to be a Play School toy there. But all right, looking at what I've seen so far, not bad. All right, these are the same ones, I believe. But I guess my final thought so far is not bad. It looks like Hasbro again is willing to take chances that Saban Brands and Bandai might have not wanted to, or at least I should say Bandai of America, but Are the toys better? We don't know for sure yet until they're actually in our hands and we're able to interact with them and see. But if we're to believe these pictures, it looks like they might be off to a good start, and it definitely gives me a lot of confidence in buying them, and it gives me a lot of hope in Hasbro just from seeing these pictures. Like I said, I hope they don't disappoint. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Are these toys that you're going to be picking up? Are you still skeptical? Let me know, and until next time, the hunt continues.